It's your host, Red. I got a video today from AJ, your rants and reactions. New year, new goal. Let's get that 100,000, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. I haven't done an AJ video in a while, and you guys suggested this anyway, so let's get to it.
Back on another one for you. So, guys, these 304s are broke as a joke, man. I said it once, and I'll say it again. Hey, guys, just like Kevin Samuel says,
winter is coming.
Guys, winter is here. Credit card debt, bastard kids, high interest car loans.
Some of them still have student loans.
Guys, and the craziest part is a lot of these women will never retire, ever. Ever. Guys, most women don't have careers. They have jobs.
And again, men don't get to retire. A good chunk of men don't get to retire, but nobody feels bad for men. And it's a normal thing for men. But women, if they don't retire, they're going to get screwed over. Women cannot work until the day they die. It's just not built into them.
Jobs. No pensions, no retirement, no savings, no investments, no nothing. And guys, they do this because they expect one of us to swoop in and
here I come to save the day.
Clown world, right? Even these older Gen X chicks that were married for 20 years and divorced their husbands so that they can be strong and independent.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
They still think that one day, at 65 or 75, some gray fox Chad is gonna come and pay their bills, right?
If I was 65, 70, definitely would not be going after 65-year-old women.
All right, so guys, we're going to dumpster fire on this TikTok and look at some of these knuckleheaded 304s whining about not being able to retire. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. Guys, join my Discord. I have a second channel. Check that out. There's a playlist at the end with more broke chicks like this. And let's get into this.
I wanted to follow up with a post that I did recently about leaving my job. And I learned a couple things from that video. And if you haven't seen it, it was before this one, so you can go and check it out. But basically, I left my job at 62. And
Wait, you left your job at 62? Okay, go on.
All of the comments, and people were so lovely. A lot of people assumed that I retired. And the reality is that I did not retire. I took a new job.
Look at that.
I will probably never be able to retire.
Look at that.
I went through a divorce.
Of course you did.
In my later 50s. And
Again, there's a good chunk of men that can't retire, but it's a normal thing that men work through, to their death pretty much, and lonely. It's not a thing for women. It hasn't been a thing for women in a long time. Only recent years now where we have women dying alone, childless, without pensions, without some kind of retirement, because retirements used to be their husbands.
had to start over. So even though I can't retire, what I can do is I can reinvent. I can reinvent myself as many times as I choose, as I need to, as I want to. And I just want to say that your job is not everything. And I do get that for some.
I think it's a little late to say that now when you've gone this long caring about your job. You should have thought about that when you were younger in your 20s, when you could have had a family.
People, maybe it has to be at this point in time, as mine was. But there's so many different things that you could do to make your life a little more enjoyable and not be taken down by your job. And that was really what I did. I just took my power back and I found another job.
Wow, you took your power back and found another job because you love working. Instead, you could have just found a husband, maybe even in your 30s or so, and settle down, and you probably might not have to work right now.
And I just wanted to say that I think that we can all do this at any point in our lives. And
Clown world.
I believe it, and that's how I live.
Look at that, guys. Hold on. Pump the brakes, guys. Do you guys see how she just looked away right there? How she's still trying to convince herself, and that means she doesn't believe a goddamn thing she's saying. Guys, watch this video back and watch how she kind of turned her eyes away right there. Because if she believed it, she'd be looking her camera straight in the eyes. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of my life, and I don't even know if I would want to retire.
Yeah,
if I
please.
Bullshit. I don't even know if I want to retire. I only hear that from men. Men are probably the only people. I say that. I don't know if I can retire. If I was to sit and not do anything in my life, I'd probably die very soon. Without goals and aspirations and purpose, I wouldn't know what to do with my life. So,
Oh, I suppose it would be nice. But for the most part, I just wanted to say that thanks for all your great comments. And remember, you can reinvent yourself, and life is meant to be enjoyed. So,
yeah.
just wanted
Yours
to
isn't, though. It sucks, doesn't it?
Look at that, guys. Look at that. And guys, this is the issue. This is the difference between men and women, right? A man will say, guys, look, I got married young, or I got hooked on drugs, but now I'm better. Don't do what I did, right?
Correct.
This woman, instead of saying, look, guys, I got divorced, don't do that. I didn't save enough money, or I didn't get the right job, don't do that. Don't do what I do. She's telling these chicks to double down.
Yep.
Just like a woman.
And she's saying that they can all...
I mean, at this age, I would consider like triple down.
all do this. They can all work until they die. You see that, guys?
Yep.
She
I hear
said,
it.
well, I don't really need to retire, right? Come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Look at that. She's 62. And she's trying to make it seem like it's just so great that she'll never, ever be able to retire.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Clown world. God, she's serious. She's serious. Absolutely insane. And this is why men will always win. Always.
Again, most men do enjoy working. I can honestly say that, right? Not, I wouldn't say most men. A good chunk of men definitely enjoy working, and definitely a good chunk of men wouldn't know what to do with themselves if they didn't have their work or the things that they do, their projects, their grind. Like, I've always seen men retire and not have anything to do, and they get old and age quickly. They'd be like at their prime in their 65 or so. Not prime, but they're able to run, they're able to do things still, they're able to freaking, pretty much be a normal person. And then a year or so after they retire, all of a sudden they become decrepit. Why? Because you don't have that drive, you don't have all those things you want to do anymore. You just lounge around.
Guys, put in the comments a time where an older guy gave you some advice based on his mistakes that made you not make the same mistakes, right?
That's pretty much this whole channel.
Back when you were young. And guys, this first person, she has 577 comments here. I'm 64. I just got a job offer yesterday. Never thought that in a million years this would happen to me. Look at that. We can reinvent at any age.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Look at that. All these chicks. Awesome. I got a new job at 64. Best job ever. Pays less. I won't be able to retire, but I have work-life balance. What are you talking about, guys?
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Work-life balance when you're old is being retired.
Yeah.
Absolute dunderhead. What is going on? And of course, there's some simp. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Beta!
Come on, man. Come on.
Imagine going to a 62-year-old. Oh, you're so gorgeous.
Guys, there are hashtags. Hashtag quitting my job. Hashtag over 50. Hashtag over 60. Hashtag midlife. Hashtag reinventing myself. Hashtag women over 50. Hashtag love your life. Guys, this is the future of all modern women. Look
All those hashtags are just cope.
at this goofy smile. Look at this cap. Guys, she's screwed. She's screwed. She has to work until she dies, and she's sitting there talking about,
I mean, most of us are pretty screwed. Most of us are probably going to be working until we die.
what are you talking about? Guys, rate the Delulu level.
It's over 9,000!
Clown world.
She's well past the age of retirement and she's still working.
Di, this is what you should.
I remember I did a video on an older lady. It was like earlier this year. Or sorry, not earlier this year. Earlier last year. This is new year already for me when recording. That she was like an Uber driver and she fell while she was delivering food, and I felt horrible for people because women at older ages like that shouldn't be working. Society was built for them not to suffer that way, but yet it seemed like women chose to screw themselves over.
Should be doing.
Yes.
Sitting outside having a cup of tea,
Yes.
enjoying your retirement.
But there's no stopping Di.
Hello,
With a
girls.
walker.
Today is Di's first day back on the job
Look
after
at that.
shoulder surgery kept her on the sidelines for 6 weeks. She's missed it, and they've missed her.
Welcome back, Di.
Thank you. So good to have you back.
But she's also missed her income.
Is there lots of work?
And that's what keeps her coming back to her computer as she edges closer to her 80th birthday.
Why haven't you retired yet, Di?
Because I can't afford to.
Look at that.
I mean, my wages are $1,100 a fortnight. That's what I take home. I get 700 odd part pension from Centrelink, but my rent's cut. That wipes out my rent. So I'm really living on the 1,100.
After paying for health insurance, car insurance, groceries and power bills, there's not much left.
I always say that I'd like to work because I want to, not because I have to.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. 78 years old and living barely paycheck to paycheck. This is the future, guys.
Yep.
They have no...
It's funny because, again, a lot of these women chose this path. They could have had kids. They could have had a family. They could have had a wonderful husband. They could have had help. But a lot of them chose to be alone and single. Again, that study with 2023 or 2030, 45 to 50% of women are going to be childless and alone. Those people are going to move on to still be childless and alone in the later years also.
no money to retire. And Lord knows she's probably so insufferable that she chased her kids off, right? And her grandkids, that no one wants anything to do with her, right?
Possible.
All these knuckleheaded broads who you see walking around thinking that they're strong and independent, right? You know what I'm saying?
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
They're gonna be just like this chick, guys. Guys, invest, right? Get your money game right. You know?
Use a small portion of your income. Don't, like 20, 30% if you can save that much. I mean, I know it's hard, but try.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, there's 1,000 comments here. This first person says, do better, Australia. Come on, man.
It has nothing to do with the government or the country. The government and the country already propagated things for women to be okay, for women to have an easier life. But women are choosing these single, I don't need no man life.
Come on. And of course, all these girls, I'll be working until I die. Person says, I'm gonna die at my desk. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Guys, hashtags. Wait. Hashtag money problems. Hashtag can't retire. Clown world.
So, I can't be the only 50.
AJ is a little bit more harsh on these things than I am, but it's fine. I get his take also. Right? I understand a lot of other men's takes why they are much harsher than I am. I just got a softy heart, that's all.
Something-year-old person that has...
Especially when it comes to elders. I talk to you guys about that all the time. It's sad to see elders in those positions.
jack in their savings and not a penny in 401k. It's got me thinking, I need to get my butt in gear. I need to find something, and it's got to be something quick, instant, and I'm looking for daily income. I think I found it, you guys. Digital marketing.
Ah, there it
I
is.
just hooked up with this amazing company. They have this great blueprint, and it is working out fabulous. I just started last week, and I'm already seeing deposits come in every couple of days. Now I know the more I do this, the more the income's going to be there. If you want to know more and you want the link.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is the other thing that's going on, right? Guys, I've done videos on this
I've heard about this digital marketing. I know a lot of girls that say this is what they do, but I actually don't really know exactly what they do.
digital marketing BS, right? And guys, it's all a scam, right?
Is it? Okay.
If you ever hear any chick in that you know talking about digital marketing, please tell them.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
Yeah, a few women have told me this.
Run amok.
It's a scam, guys, but these chicks are so desperate. They're all falling for this. This is the middle-aged woman version of Amway, right?
Oh.
Come on, man. Right, guys, go back and check out my digital marketing videos, right? But guys, that's what these chicks are resorting to because they're so broke. They're so broke. This is a whole segment of TikTok. It's all these same, old chicks with 700,000 miles on them. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Guys are hashtags. Hashtag retirement. Hashtag work from home. Hashtag side hustle. Hashtag I can't retire. Hashtag retirement planning. Clown world.
$100,000 in
Why would you put hashtag can't retire and hashtag retirement planning at the same time?
debt. I want to retire in 8 years, and I have no retirement
100K in debt?
savings.
Look at that.
And I'm living in Delulu land, and I'm okay with that. No one's going to burst my bubble. This person is asking me what my $100,000 in debt is comprised of. It is comprised of about $14,000 of credit card debt.
Look at that.
And the rest of that is student loan debt, and I only have a bachelor's degree, and that is because I went to University of Phoenix before my frontal lobe developed. When I was my most
Because I was an idiot and voted this whole time before my frontal lobe developed.
insecure self, didn't know anything about loans, let alone student loans. How
Okay, that part I do agree. These student loans and these loan companies are so predatory when it comes to young children and young men and women just getting out of their children's age, I guess, or their teenage age. Going into life with massive debt is what pretty much society here tells kids to do.
grants, I thought that was free money. I was completely uninformed and believed everything that University of Phoenix was selling me. This is in the early 2000s, like 2007, when they were
so you're my
promising
age.
everybody that they place them with jobs and all of that grandeur. And I thought that sounded great. I'll go to school. They're going to get me a job. I mean, they're going to get me an interview. Obviously, I have to interview. They were going to be the hookup, the plug, if you will. I was like, great. That sounds awesome. Sign me up. So I did my 4 years there. After my divorce.
There you go.
When I actually needed to use this degree, I got turned down for every job that I should have been a shoo-in for.
So you went to school for a degree that you didn't use until you got divorced. So you spent all that money and didn't even make any money while you were married with it?
Based on my degree. Got tons of feedback that I asked for from hiring people, or the people that I was in communication with at the places I was trying to get interviews at. All of them were like, you don't qualify, we don't take this degree seriously. It's essentially what they told me. So I was like, well, crap. I gotta make more money than I'm making now.
Guys, hold on.
Damn, they straight up told her we do not take this degree seriously. I wonder how many jobs are doing this and saying this to women right now.
Pump the brakes, guys. Pump the brakes.
It's pretty fucking ruthless.
She's shocked that they told her that her degree from University of Phoenix is worthless. Hey guys, she says
again, funny, but yeah, University of Phoenix and a lot of these universities are out there to just steal money from inexperienced kids.
in the comments that she spent $65,000 on her University of Phoenix degree. Clown world.
Gotta go back to school. So I put myself back through school. Luckily, I went to Western Carolina in the mountains of North Carolina. Going there, they did take 2 years of the 4 years that I did at University of Phoenix. So I ended up only needing to do 2 years to get another actual bachelor's degree from a accredited brick and mortar kind of school. You guys have to realize I went to an online school pre-online times. Even though we had the internet, no one was really doing online things too much. And everybody thought it was like hokey pokey. Kind of like DeVry and all those little online schools that you talk about.
They were kind of hokey pokey.
For-profit schools, and they drained me dry. So I've been trying and fighting to get my student loans, at least the ones from University of Phoenix. I'm happy to pay back the ones from WCU. Like, I'll be accountable for those. But I'm trying to get the ones from University of Phoenix, like, extinguished off. They've almost hit their 20 years. And they've just grown and grown in size. So that's a little bit about the debt part of the equation. And I've been single for 14 years. So I'm not in a dual household income situation. Haven't been ever. And I've been a single mom, so I got a later start in life at 29, 30 years old is when I was going back to school.
Yeah, the more she talks, the more like, girl, you made the most horrible decisions in life.
I wasn't even graduated until 2014. So I was in my like early to mid 30s. Wait, early 30s, because I'm 42, so I would have been 32. So that's when I actually started working like a real grown-up job in this world. I've gotten a real late start. I got a shitty start because I had a narcissistic ex-husband.
Please.
I left that marriage with absolutely nothing except for a household full of furniture. I
didn't get left with nothing other than a household filled with furniture. That's a lot.
At least get that and my 2 kids. So yeah, I have $100,000 in debt and I have no retirement because I got a later start in life and I married a narcissist and I didn't invest
No accountability. I married a narcissist.
in myself at all during our marriage because he wanted me to be a stay-at-home mom for our kids and I wanted that too because that's what I grew up with. And that's why I say to people on this app, invest in yourself during the time of your relationships. Create habits that will set you up for success. Find a hobby that if you need to...
I can actually agree with what she's saying right here. Yeah, just because you're a housewife doesn't mean you don't do anything. Go find something to do. Find hobbies. Find ways to make a little bit extra money. Like, my girl doesn't go to Disneyland. She actually got revoked from Disneyland because, you know, she's selling merch and stuff. So me and her together, I go to Disneyland. She'll tell me, she'll give me a list of all the new stuff that comes out, like 14 of these buckets, 2 of these buckets, or whatever. I'll go to Disneyland, pick up all the buckets. Again, I go viral at Disneyland all the time because I have like S loads of buckets on me, and she will sell them all. I bring them home. She packages them. She prints out the labels for them and stuff, and she's the one that's communicating with all the buyers. She has like a whole bunch of Facebook groups that want to buy Disney merch, Star Wars merch, and things like that. So she already pre-sold everything that I picked up. So yeah, women can make good money even though on the side. My girl has a normal job. She's an accountant for a metal recycling company. She makes normal money, $62,000 to $65,000 a year, and then she makes about an extra like $1,000 or $2,000 with me doing the Disney stuff. So again, women can make extra money even though they have normal jobs. So they can definitely make money when they're not having a normal job.
You can turn into money because life is so unpredictable and you never know what's around the corner. I woke up the day that my husband texted me that he didn't want to be married anymore. I woke up that day.
I almost want to call BS on that because really your husband was the one that initiated the divorce?
Our marriage was great, I thought, and fine. Went through my entire day taking care of the kids and doing all the mom stuff. And by the time I was going to sleep that night, I was finding out that I was getting a divorce. I'm $100,000.
Look at that, guys. Look at this. Is the like Tekken 1 Heihachi of broke 304s right here, guys. This chick is the poster woman for where 304s are going to be. Made every single wrong decision that there was. And guys, you know she's lying about her husband. You know she is. Guys, men don't leave marriages. Men don't leave marriages.
I mean, it's possible, but highly improbable.
Unless they have a damn good reason. Women file for divorce 80% of the time. 90% if they have college degrees. What do you think would make a man just text his wife one day and say, we're getting a divorce? Because she thought everything's probably hunky-dory while she's just dancing on his nerves, nagging him, insulting him, emasculating him, right? You know what I'm saying? And one day he just had it. He just had it. You know what I'm saying? She was probably nagging him and he was...
Would you shut your mouth? I'm tired of hearing
it. And then he texted her with the divorce and said, I'm out of here. Right? Guys, women are always the heroes or the victims in their own story. 99% of the times, they're volunteers. She put herself in this situation. She sounds like that she married a decent guy who didn't want her to work and have the household going, but she didn't keep up her end of the bargain to make him stay.
Well, there's the other side of, wait, they got married and she was going to school throughout the marriage? Or when was this schooling happening? Did she get the degree before she got married or what?
He didn't keep the household good enough for him to want to stay in it, so he left. Guys, imagine what it would take to make a man leave his wife and kids. Imagine how horrible or knuckleheaded of a person this broad had to be, right?
I mean, AJ, I 100% agree with you, but there is that possible chance that he was a bad guy. Possible, but the way this woman is talking about, highly improbable.
And now, over all these years, she's been used to telling women the story, right, to where, oh, my ex-husband, he was a narcissist and blah, blah, just like the rest of them. And now she's cooked. Now. And she says that she's going to retire in 7 or 8 years. Guys, come on.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Guys, she has 56 comments here. Guys, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are all chicks that are saying they got by University of Phoenix also.
I mean, that one I'm going to feel somewhat bad for because a lot of people got by University of Phoenix. Again, it was advertised in TV. Everybody said they were good, and then they ended up not be. So that one, I'm not going to put too much blame on the people that do it. Yes, probably should have done some research. Yes, probably should have gotten a degree that actually matters. But...
Look at that. And she's like, I'll take accountability from a University of North Carolina ones, but not the... You signed on the dotted line, you absolute knucklehead.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Look at that. She's cooked. If you see chicks like this, guys, well, I mean, you guys would obviously run because of her looks. I mean, come on, look at that. But guys, any chick, I don't care what she looks like, how nice she is, if she's in this type a financial situation, run. So, all right, you guys.
Sad to see so many women that are not going to be able to retire. But it's also funny because, again, strong and independent don't need no man. Now we're just going to let these women go extinct, pretty much, because they don't have kids. Hopefully they can't propagate their ideology to the future generation. Hopefully you guys, the men that have kids, the women that have kids, tell their kids the opposite of what's going on. Please like, comment, subscribe.